There it goes. Put it in Discord. I'm gonna go ahead and set this game up. Yeah. Oh, Joe's streaming. Alright. Yeah, continue. Alright. This is the longest loading screen in the world.
Now would be a good time to blend the recipe Marshall used when he fought the disaster. I think I know where to find what I need.
The meat spotted! What?
Oh. There we go. What would we close this to? About equal distance from here to here. So we're just gonna go with here because we're facing this way. Oh, again with the loading. I swear.
It's locked, all right.
Why is it locked? I swear. What must I do for the game to load completely?
You London vampire, so weak!
Yeah, that way. Slut.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Do you need help, sir?
I think I'm fine. But what happened to my jailer? Be careful. He's as vicious as he is strong.
You don't have to worry about him anymore. What happened here?
I am Tadao Kimura. I was imprisoned by this lunatic for several days. I thought I was going to die here.
You're not going to die now, Mr. Kimura. If you hurry, you should be able to get home safely.
It seems that I owe you my life. You have all my gratitude, Dr. Reed, since it is the most precious thing I possess.
You owe me your life, huh?
Goodbye, Mr. Kimura. Take care.
Can't do it because the district is already screwed up. As much as I want to, I can't.
Whose blood could be purer than that of William Marshall? Lord Redgrave will have to spare me a drop.
Lord Redgrave.
back, Dr. Reed.
Don't you see we're trapped? What if McCullum decides to launch a full-scale attack against the club?
Where is Redgrave? Guess I gotta ask around.
Thanks to you, we have a new powerful member, Dr. Reed.
What's up, Risky? Alright, well, he didn't tell me anything. No, wrong button. Oh, there he is. He's in here.
Good evening, Lord Redgrave.
Welcome, Lance-Bearer. To what do we owe this pleasure?
I've located the true origin of the epidemic, and I'm about to end it.
Good. We've held out thus far, but the time has come to put an end to this crisis. Tell me, what do you need?
The blood of William Marshall.
The blood of William Marshall? Of my maker? Are you mad? This blood is the purest of all. My maker proffered it to me on the battlefield. I cannot hand it to you.
This is more important than the club, you, or me. This is London's last hope.
I see. Well, in that case, given the gravity of the situation, I suppose I can spare you a drop.
Thank you, my lord.
Now go, Lance-Bearer. Craft a legend to be sung to Ascalon recruits for the ages to come.
No, yeah, I forgot there was a basement. Alright, so I got that. What else do I need? Alright, what's next? Let's say go straight across to the hospital. Which way is it? This way? Yeah, this way. I can't gain any more XP until I kill somebody. That's not good. It's not good. There we go with the loading screen again.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Do you need any medical help, Milton?
I'm afraid I do. Like everyone in this hospital. It's a sad state of affairs when even the hospital workers are worried about disease.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections, Milton. There's no shame in being ill while you're in a hospital.
Hey,
That's easy
Taser.
for you to say, Doctor. I get the feeling you don't fall sick often. But thanks, anyway.
I should definitely kill
Goodbye,
her.
Milton.
Is a danger to its patients. Do not entrust these people with your life.
And I thought last.
I can't spend anything until I fix that problem, right? But to find out. Yep, nope, I sure can't. I'm in the negatives. Gotta kill somebody. Swansea. Oh. Where is he?
I cannot use garlic, but there may be a substitute in the Pembroke Hospital drug storage.
Well, I don't want to go in there yet. I need to find Swansea. Maybe it's here.
Danger to its patients. Do not entrust these people with your life. Murderers and thieves.
Well, I don't... I don't know. I have no idea where Swansea is, but it is whatever. Keep pressing the wrong button. It says down. Is there a down? Maybe he's in the up. Could be. I'ma try it. I ain't got nothing else to try.
It's locked, all right.
Alright, well, he's not up here. I don't know. I don't know. That nigga's somewhere. I've been turning too many people. That's my problem. You sacrificed 3,000 points. Well, I don't have 3,000 XP to sacrifice. So then I go in the negative. I should have just embraced everybody. Don't know why I didn't. Where's this dude at? I did not turn you for you to hide from me. Oh, screw it. Find him later. Why are Prewin in here? And why are they so strong? Great.
I'll tell you!
So if you just press circle without touching anything else.
There it is. Insulin. Much more efficient than garlic against blood poisoning and sepsis, and much less dangerous for me. Thank you, Dr. Polescu.
Oh, dang it. Wrong button.
Steady, boys! We've got one of them! Looks like he's dead! Stay back! Christ, he's dead! Snap it, Leech!
Oh yeah, I'm done. I'm just gonna die. I know I'm gonna die. It's too many of them, especially for my current power level. Time to retreat. I might have to kill some people. I might need to kill some citizens for real. Pembroke, I'm sorry. But it's not looking good for y'all right now. Whoa.
Let's pin it down!
Oh my god. Oh no. Everyone literally reset. Yeah, I'm getting out of here. Because everybody reset. Dang it. Super Raymond, what's up, bro? How you doing? Okay. So, you know what? You know what? I'm sorry, Pembroke. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, you are about to die.
If Pembroke is still standing after this epidemic, there's good...
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
I have a lot to do, Dr. Reed. If there's something you need, ask. Otherwise, I must get back to
You were
work.
sitting there crying. What? I just needed it. I'm sorry.
Liar! Snake! I had proved my value. I could have done so much more.
Okay, so what's this? Brand new surgical knife, possessed by Brannigan.
I have wasted too much.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Might as well kill her too.
Do you need medical help yourself, Nurse?
I'm afraid I've contracted some illness, Dr. Reed.
Not under my watch, Nurse. Take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
And I have no further use for you either. Might as well just be a savage vampire. I'm done being nice. I'm literally over being nice.
I knew I should have fled this rotten city with Milton since the first day of the contagion.
I'm killing them all in one
Good
night.
evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
It failed. Might as well kill him. Come with me.
They are criminals who treat you at Pembroke. This hospital is a danger to its patients. Do not entrust these people with your life.
She's next. Don't worry.
Pippa, my princess, flee away while you can, for all is lost.
Got 36 bullets. Oh yeah, I got all his stuff. He was trying to trade. I ain't have to pay a dime for it.
This hospital is a danger to its patients. Do not.
I have nothing more to say to you, Dr. Reed.
What do you mean by a toxic place?
I hold you responsible, sir. You and everyone else in this shameful hospital. I was a fool to bring my Mortimer here. A fool.
A fool? What do you mean by that?
He tried to kill himself. I had him hospitalized in this secluded place to avoid a legal inquiry. And now he's been murdered.
Why hide his suicidal tendencies?
Mortimer was already so fragile. To be arrested for a suicide attempt would have killed him.
But he died anyway.
Violently murdered, yes. My poor boy escaped tragedy only to face an even worse fate.
Alright, yep. 4,000. I do not need you alive anymore. It's about that time. Oh. Just kidding.
I have nothing more to say to you, Dr. Reed.
Yeah, that was just playing. You're not getting away. No one escapes me. Not these fangs. Sorry, not sorry. No, I'm not sorry at all. The Pembroke Hospital is about to be empty. And I mean empty. Like no one's gonna be here. I need all this XP. I do. Redgrave might get killed next. Depending on how much he, you know.
I'm not afraid of dying, for I have no reason to live anymore. I'm coming, Mortimer. And we'll talk, you and I.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Tell me, Thoreau, what's the real cause of your dislike for Dr. Ackroyd?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
What Dr. Ackroyd really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your reputation. His jealousy blinds him. I'm not the real target here.
Yep.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I based my technique on my mentor's research.
He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories at first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
Do you need my medical
Let
attention?
me go ahead and cure this dude.
I would have been confused if anyone other than you had asked that question, Dr. Reed. But your help is welcomed.
There is no shame in helping each other. We're colleagues, after all.
Many doctors I have known are too cynical to think that way.
Okay, yep.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer...
Milton did.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time. Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior.
Like dying in the
a man who
back.
did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
New hint. This is why I keep some of these guys alive. Alright, personal questions. Alright, got everything.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
You'll be next to die, don't worry.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
I'm definitely gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become...
Where is Swansea? I have to talk to him.
Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work. and they're here to protect our patients.
New hint.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
I really hope you're right about this, Dr. Ackroyd. I'm trusting your judgment on this.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reed. We do not see you in surgery very often.
Oh yeah, you're gonna die.
What do you think of
Definitely
Dr.
gonna
Tippett's
die.
opinion of your promotion, Waverly?
Tippett is a good practitioner. Maybe just a little too attached to his prestigious position at the Pembroke Hospital.
Really? That's exactly his diagnosis of you. A little too eager to get promoted? A little bit too proud?
He has the right to think so. But I deserve this promotion. And I don't consider it anything but well earned.
One more.
Tell me, Waverly. What
Strickland is...
Are you thinking about something?
Harvey...
Thank you for your time.
What up, homeboy?
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Is there anything else?
Really?
Unfortunately. Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Doctor.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
One more hit. And it's off to the
Goodbye for now,
graveyard for you.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you work here? Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open. Why do you have to watch these bodies? Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens. Why close the hospital's main morgue? It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave. Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses? Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone. An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh. Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself. How did you get this job? After I left the army, I worked...
I didn't care.
Have we met before? I don't think so, sir. Why? When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead. Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now. Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh? No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless. Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept? I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill. Do you really believe goodwill cannot last? As I said, sir, quite depressing, wouldn't you say? Yes, but the...
Yeah, don't care.
So you're ready to die? No, I'm not. You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana. No, Dr. Reed. Do you need medical... Don't... And...
Okay, so... One more hit and you're
Goodbye,
going,
Mr.
you're going
Chidana.
down.
Take a breath of this! Oh, Christ! Christ, he's dead! You leech!
Oh my god. I have to evolve. I just have to. I need better weapons is what I need. Like my sword, that's gotta get stronger. All that stuff, that's all gotta get stronger because that we just struggling right now.
revenge all you deserve! Put an end to you! Oh my God! Die, baby! Fight
Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move. Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
It's dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reed? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances, and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That's all I'm asking.
I want to know about these secret tests you run, and if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reed. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work, my young colleague, but only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
You have my support, Dr. Strickland. I know exactly what it feels like to battle an unknown disease with only your mind and force of will to help you.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You don't know what that means to me.
I mean...
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect.
I must have everything. Have that. Have that. I have it all, don't I? So if I have everything,
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow.
With the
I believe.
So you... I want to know...
I know I may sound
self-confident,
but you never doubt your...
You have my support, Dr.
Thank you, Doctor.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. Strickland's project could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Ackroyd.
I ain't no snitch. Y'all about to die anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. I'll help you.
Good evening. I have managed to improve the mixture by diluting it. Have you ever heard of Sir Joseph Francis Olive, or the placebo effect?
No, I don't think so. Why?
A placebo is a substance or procedure that has no actual physical effect.
You made a placebo of my project. Why?
Research has established that a placebo, as long as the subject believes in the effect, can provoke a positive physiological reaction.
Really? That's fascinating. And you want me to, what, administer the placebo and see what occurs?
Something like that, yes.
Well, I'm a bit surprised, but I trust you, Dr. Reed. Please take the key to my cabinet and put this placebo there for future use.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. At least Strickland can't kill anyone with this formula. It's locked, all right.
I'm quite...
Do you think Dr. Strickland has any chance of
His wish to cure the sick is...
You consider him a good...
Strickland made...
Thank you for your time. Good. Did you know Dr. Ackroyd never reported your experimental research, despite the fact he doesn't agree with it?
Really? I didn't suspect he knew about my work. I must confess I am surprised.
Perhaps he thinks you should realize for yourself the danger of what you're doing.
See how condescending he can be? My God, he can be so irritating.
Goodbye, Doctor. Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening.
Goodbye for now.
Good evening.
Since you're not...
No.
Do you...
I don't...
Please...
Of course.
It's about that time. Let's just come with me. It's okay. It's alright. It's okay. Go to sleep. There you go.
So you were the proverbial wolf amongst the sheep, sir. I should have killed you for the sake of many.
Well then, Rakesh, let's time to clean out the district.
And good.
Come on. I got something to show you. I think you'll like it.
No. I could have been a great surgeon. The greatest.
Well, not anymore.
I will not let you down, my boy.
No, yeah, you will.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Yes. It's about to happen right now. Come with me. Let's take you to the operating room. I know you're in a lot of pain. So this is what we're gonna do to fix that pain.
All I wanted was to go back to work. To take care of my children.
Well, can't do that now. Oh, you just
I'm quite busy right now.
lined up for me. Thank you.
I can't die. Not now. Pembroke needs me. All those poor people.
No more life signs in the Pembroke Hospital, actually. killed them all. Except for Swansea. But like everyone is legit dead.
It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right.
Alrighty. I didn't even want that. The following night. Everyone's dead. Just wake up, they're all dead. There he is. Who the... What in the world is that? go. Oh, dang. Screw saving everyone. I like the thought of me being more of a in touch with one's nature vampire than I do with the thought of me being a nice vampire. Swansea.
Jonathan, my dear, I can never thank you enough.
Thank me for what? You're nothing but the prince of a fallen kingdom. Pembroke is a graveyard, littered with corpses and skulls.
Indeed, but is it not your own doing, Jonathan? How could it end, truly, when you have plunged your fangs into so many throats hereabouts?
Have you news of Geoffrey McCullum? I'm sure both of you would have quite an interesting discussion after recent events.
He left the hospital without being treated for the severe beating you gave him. We'll meet again soon enough.
Does not the prospect of meeting him as a vampire thrill you? The two old enemies reunited post-mortem.
Maybe we could even share a glass of wine. I really don't know if he will accept his condition. He has spent his life beheading leeches, you know.
Did you just call us leeches? Nigga, that is a racist term.
How do you feel since you changed?
Absolutely
killed
fine.
this nigga.
Did you know I can determine the health of every patient or nurse just by looking at him? Fascinating.
Have you taken a life yet, Edgar?
Don't you think that's a private matter? I would not ask you such an indiscreet question.
Do you feel the hunger?
Yes. It's very peculiar, not like mortal hunger at all. It's like I'm never sated. Fortunately, blood is no rare commodity at Pembroke.
Have you news of Geoffrey McCullum? I'm sure both of you would have quite an interesting discussion after...
He left the hospital without being treated for the severe beating you gave him. We'll meet again soon enough.
Does not the prospect of meeting him as a vampire thrill you? The two old enemies reunited post-mortem.
Maybe we could even share a glass of
What will you do now that you are immortal?
Experiment, my dear colleague.
What kind of experiments?
Who knows? Nervous shock, brain damage, pain and recovery.
My God, Edgar. Did you learn nothing from your forays into folly?
I have, I swear.
Goodbye, Edgar.
Shut up. Alrighty. I like the upgrade. It killed him instantly. No hesitation. No extra waiting. Shut up.
If McCullum really drank the blood of King Arthur, then I may have found another vital ingredient.
Stay away! See them? With me.
You're needed.
Watch out, boys! Don't like that, do ya? Back in the grave, you! Pin it down! Die, leech!
Good evening, Vampire Hunter.
Are you here to mock me, Reed?
Not at all, McCullum. I am here because I need you.
Really? I'm intrigued. Speak up, then.
I need the blood of a king. The blood of Arthur. I'm certain you possess it, and I must have it.
The Guard's most sacred and precious relic. Why would you... You found Marshall's memoirs. I should have destroyed that book.
I need the antidote to save this city, McCullum.
It is within me to take your words as truth. I want to, but I must know more. What precisely are your plans?
A creature called a disaster is about to be unleashed. It falls upon me, as once it did Marshall, to stop it before the whole country is ravaged.
I should have destroyed that book. And yet... I wish I could join this battle alongside you. But this crusade is not mine to fight.
Do you not understand? We wanted the same thing from the outset. A means to end this vampire epidemic.
Not enemies! Maybe that is so. Take it then. I see no other hope for this city. If this is some trick, you will be damned, Dr. Reed.
Yeah. Give me the blood.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Why are you here?
The man who raised me after the brutal murder of my parents. He's buried here.
Were both your parents killed by vampires?
Yes. And yet worse. My father returned to Dublin a vampire, and tore out my mother's throat.
And who was this man?
Carl Eldritch. One-time leader of Prewin. He killed my father in front of me. Helped me hunt my brother Ain after teaching me how to kill leeches.
How are you adapting to immortality?
I feel so powerful it gives me shivers. I could be the greatest vampire hunter ever. Your worst nightmare, in truth.
Will you leave the Guard now that you are what you are?
Are we not creatures of deceit? I could hide my nature from my men, or name a successor. Go my own way. I know not yet my path.
Will you hunt me down?
You're a vicious beast, Reed. Perhaps the city needs you at this time. But I shall not forget what you did.
Farewell, my progeny.
Do not stretch your luck, Reed.
Where you get that sword from, though? Looks very powerful.
It's an inch! Kill it! Shit! You'll pay for that!
The blend seems stable. Time to go and find Harriet in the sewers.
No one's dead in the West End. Not a single soul is dead in the West End. This could prove useful.
He's mine!
Wow. Well, guess that's it for the stream because game crashed.